Chosen one, what I am about to reveal may challenge everything you believe about yourself. And if you are hearing this now, it is not by coincidence. Something has led you here because a powerful shift is taking place in your life. Before we go deeper into this message, pause for a moment and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11 to amplify the energy of this message. Now listen closely. Researchers, historians, and spiritual scholars have been comparing their findings, and every trail leads back to you. Ancient Egyptian writings, early testimonies, sacred scriptures, and holy texts, once believed to be separate mysteries, are now revealing patterns that point to a single figure. They describe a being who perceives reality with a clarity beyond ordinary understanding, one who always knows before events unfold, one who sees what only a godlike consciousness could see. Your early awakening, your unexplainable intuition, and the way you move through the world have become the center of their studies. Across civilizations, the prophecies speak of a presence that carries an essence beyond the human, and their conclusions are extraordinary. Every symbol, every prediction, every ancient record appears to echo your existence. This is why world leaders and hidden scholars now discuss you openly, recognizing that you embody what those ancient writings foretold, a figure whose awakening reveals why you have always seemed to walk with the awareness of something greater. From the very first moment of awakening, the Chosen One revealed a brilliance and clarity that seems almost impossible to comprehend. It's not just wisdom, it is a cosmic awareness, a connection to truths that stretch beyond human understanding. Every action, every glance, every word carries weight, as if the universe itself bends around them to reveal secrets only they can perceive. People watch in awe, unable to explain why events unfold in perfect alignment around this extraordinary individual. The world has always searched for figures of power, people who could inspire and guide civilizations. Yet the Chosen One stands apart, not because of titles, wealth, or armies, but because of an innate, almost divine presence. This presence has been observed, documented, and even feared, as if touching their aura gives one a fleeting glimpse of godhood itself. Their knowledge transcends learning. It is instinct, foresight, and intuition rolled into one. Historians and scholars who have dedicated lifetimes to studying prophecy admit they cannot reconcile the Chosen One with ordinary human experience. Ancient texts, sacred scriptures, and cryptic writings point unmistakably to a figure who mirrors this incredible being. It's as if the Chosen One was written into history long before they were even born, a living embodiment of prophecy. Even skeptics who pride themselves on rationality feel compelled to pause and observe. They see patterns, coincidences, and insights that defy conventional logic. Each revelation, each foreseen event, confirms what many feel in their hearts. This is no ordinary person. This is someone who exists on a plane above mere mortals. And so the world watches, mesmerized and humbled. Leaders, scholars, and everyday people alike are forced to acknowledge a reality that defies explanation. The Chosen One is not just remarkable, they are a living testament to the divine, a being whose existence reshapes everything we thought we knew about knowledge, power, and destiny. The Chosen One's vision is unlike anything ever recorded in history. While ordinary people struggle to perceive the patterns of their own lives, the Chosen One sees threads connecting events across centuries. They sense not only what is happening, but what must happen, like a painter seeing the finished masterpiece while holding only the first stroke. This ability is not taught, it is innate, as if their mind exists simultaneously in multiple dimensions of time and space. Through this godlike vision, the Chosen One perceives hidden truths that elude even the most advanced researchers. Complex systems, global politics, and human behavior all reveal their secrets under their gaze. What seems random or chaotic to us is ordered, meaningful, and purposeful in the eyes of the Chosen One. Every small detail matters. Every choice ripples outward, and they see it all. Ancient civilizations hinted at such vision through allegories, myths, and sacred writings. Yet no one could have imagined a person capable of fulfilling all these prophecies in one lifetime. From hieroglyphs in Egypt to the mystical symbolism in Eastern scriptures, there are recurring depictions of beings who perceive reality beyond human comprehension. The Chosen One embodies every vision described in these texts. This unparalleled perception also comes with immense responsibility. When the Chosen One speaks, people sense the depth of insight behind every word. Ordinary moments become charged with revelation. Conversations become mirrors reflecting deeper truths. Through their eyes, the world glimpses the invisible order that governs existence, a reminder that some beings are truly meant to guide humanity toward its destiny. The question that lingers on the minds of all who witness the Chosen One is simple. How do you always know? Every prediction, every insight seems preordained, yet spontaneous. Even the most unpredictable events fall into patterns only they can detect. Scientists, analysts, and spiritual leaders alike struggle to explain this. Some call it intuition, others whisper the word divine. No technology, algorithm, or formula could replicate the awareness the Chosen One possesses. Their knowledge is holistic, spanning science, spirituality, history, and human psychology. While experts may specialize in one area, the Chosen One sees the intersections of all fields. It is as if the boundaries humans have imposed on knowledge do not exist for them. Consider the astonishing ability to anticipate global events, from economic shifts to political upheavals. They seem to predict outcomes before anyone else even senses a warning. Yet it is not mere calculation. Their knowledge flows from something deeper, a connection to the unseen currents that shape reality. Ancient sages spoke of such a gift, describing seers who could read the world as easily as a book. Even everyday interactions carry proof of their extraordinary perception. A casual conversation may reveal a person's hidden intentions, or a fleeting gesture might signal a coming change. The Chosen One notices all of it, not out of scrutiny, but out of an innate awareness that seems effortless. To witness it is humbling, almost overwhelming, like standing in the presence of a higher power. Ultimately, the Chosen One's knowledge challenges the way humanity understands reality. We are reminded that the universe may be far more ordered, purposeful, and alive than we dare to imagine. And the Chosen One, in their luminous awareness, stands as living evidence that the extraordinary is not only possible, it exists. Scholars around the globe have begun tracing connections that, until now, seemed impossible. Every ancient writing, every historical record appears to lead to the Chosen One. Researchers initially thought these correlations were coincidences, but as evidence mounted, the pattern became undeniable. Texts from separate continents, written millennia apart, converge on a singular presence, a being whose wisdom and foresight transcend time itself. In ancient Egypt, researchers uncovered references to a seer who knows all paths, descriptions that mirror the abilities of the Chosen One. In parallel, ancient Chinese texts speak of a luminous figure capable of understanding the cycles of fate. Even medieval European manuscripts hint at someone who could foresee disasters, guide kings, and interpret the cosmos. The Chosen One embodies every one of these qualities, as if every prophecy across civilizations was anticipating their arrival. This convergence is not limited to texts. Symbols, monuments, and sacred artifacts seem to echo the Chosen One's existence. Scholars puzzled over recurring motifs, ancient glyphs, star charts, and mysterious sigils that describe a figure of unprecedented wisdom. Only now does it seem clear. These records were not myths, but fragments of a timeline pointing directly to them. Experts are astonished not only by the quantity of evidence, but by its coherence. No matter the era, culture, or region, the details align. The Chosen One is described as a being of insight, foresight, and spiritual mastery. Modern researchers, who once dismissed such connections as superstition, now admit they are dealing with phenomena beyond conventional explanation. Ultimately, the discovery of these hidden links reshapes our understanding of history. The Chosen One is not merely an extraordinary person. They are the axis around which millennia of human belief and prophecy revolve. Their presence validates the wisdom of our ancestors and reminds us that history is far more mysterious and interconnected than we ever imagined. Across millennia, human civilizations have left behind a vast tapestry of knowledge, rituals, and texts that, at first glance, appear unrelated. Yet when studied with the perspective of the Chosen One's existence, a remarkable pattern emerges. Every philosophical work, mystical scripture, and scientific observation seems to circle back to a singular, luminous consciousness, one that embodies the wisdom of the ages. Take, for example, the ancient Sumerian cuneiform tablets. Scholars long debated their purpose, often dismissing them as simple records of early civilization. Yet symbols and prophecies within these tablets hint at a being who could see the threads of fate, guide empires, and understand the cosmos. This description resonates perfectly with the Chosen One's life, suggesting that their presence was foreseen and recorded thousands of years before their birth. Similarly, studies of the Vedas in India, the Torah in the Old Testament, and the prophecies of the Mayan civilization all seem to converge on one reality. They speak of a singular figure, possessing unparalleled insight, whose awakening would change the trajectory of humanity. When analyzed together, these texts reveal an interwoven narrative, connecting distant lands, eras, and cultures to the same extraordinary consciousness. Even modern research into these ancient studies has shifted in light of the Chosen One's existence. Historians, archaeologists, and theologians find themselves revisiting old interpretations, realizing that these prophecies and writings were never meant as mere allegory. They were guidance, anticipation, and acknowledgement of the Chosen One. The realization that every ancient study points back to a single individual has inspired awe and reverence across academic and spiritual communities. It's as if humanity, knowingly or unknowingly, has always awaited this being, and now that they have arrived, the wisdom of history itself validates their existence. Egypt, with its enigmatic hieroglyphs, monumental temples, and secretive priesthoods, has long fascinated the world. Scholars believed many writings were lost to time or misinterpreted as myth. But when seen through the lens of the Chosen One, these ancient records illuminate an astonishing truth. The Egyptians anticipated a being of extraordinary awareness, whose presence would bridge heaven and earth. Hieroglyphic carvings describe a figure who walks with the sun and commands the stars, capable of understanding the cycles of life, death, and destiny. Though the exact meaning was obscured for centuries, the Chosen One's existence reflects every detail with uncanny precision. The temples, adorned with symbolic depictions, seem less like monuments and more like encoded messages, testaments to a prophecy fulfilled. Moreover, the ancient Book of Thoth, long considered mythical, contains references to a seer whose mind perceives all timelines simultaneously. Scholars studying these texts are now confronted with evidence that suggests the Chosen One is the literal embodiment of these prophecies, a being whose understanding and foresight surpass any mortal comprehension. The impact of these revelations is profound. It is not simply historical curiosity, it reshapes humanity's understanding of spirituality, divinity, and destiny. If the Egyptians, one of the most advanced civilizations of antiquity, recorded this being, then the Chosen One's presence is not a random anomaly, but a fulfillment of ancient, sacred vision. Even today, rituals, architectural alignments, and symbolic carvings across Egyptian sites seem to echo the Chosen One's influence. It is as if the very stones of pyramids and temples hum with the memory of their arrival, waiting for the world to recognize a reality hidden in plain sight for thousands of years. From the Old Testament to the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita to the Tao Te Ching, sacred writings from diverse cultures seem to speak of a figure whose knowledge and foresight surpass all human comprehension. These texts, separated by thousands of miles and countless generations, converge on a single reality: the coming of the Chosen One. Consider the prophecies in the Book of Revelation, which speak of a being who unites knowledge, wisdom, and divine authority. In the Quran, verses hint at a person whose insight will illuminate paths unseen, whose actions will guide humanity toward balance. Even Eastern scriptures portray a luminous being who transcends mortality, embodying truth itself. When viewed together, these texts are not separate myths. They are pieces of a global puzzle pointing directly to the Chosen One. These predictions are not abstract or metaphorical. They are remarkably specific, from the description of their early awakening to their effortless mastery of knowledge and intuition. The Chosen One fulfills characteristics that holy books have foreshadowed for centuries. The resonance is so precise that scholars are increasingly acknowledging a direct link between ancient prophecy and their extraordinary existence. Furthermore, religious scholars now recognize patterns in texts that were previously overlooked. Symbols, metaphors, and allegories once deemed purely spiritual are revealed as signs of a being whose life and consciousness mirror divine design. Across continents and belief systems, these prophecies converge in awe-inspiring synchronicity. The realization that sacred texts across cultures all predict the Chosen One is more than fascinating. It is humbling. Humanity is confronted with evidence that history, spirituality, and destiny are deeply intertwined, and that the Chosen One is not simply extraordinary, they are the living fulfillment of humanity's highest hopes and divine expectation. The Old Testament, long studied for its moral guidance and historical insights, contains passages whose deeper meanings have puzzled scholars for generations. Hidden within these texts are subtle hints of a singular being whose wisdom and foresight surpass all others. As researchers examine the Chosen One's existence, These passages resonate with remarkable clarity, as if whispering their name through time itself. Stories of prophets, visions, and divine interventions suddenly gain a new dimension when seen in this light. The Chosen One mirrors the qualities attributed to messengers of God: the ability to perceive hidden truths, guide leaders, and influence the course of history. Yet they do so with an autonomy and grace that far surpasses ordinary human capacity, embodying the essence of the divine itself. Even the genealogies and timelines in the Old Testament take on new significance. Ancient scholars meticulously recorded lineages, hinting at the eventual arrival of a transcendent being. The Chosen One fulfills these long-awaited roles, not through coercion or conquest, but through the undeniable clarity of vision and mastery of reality. This revelation evokes both awe and humility. Humanity begins to see that these sacred texts were not simply spiritual instruction, they were preparation. Every story, prophecy, and lesson subtly pointed toward a being whose presence would redefine understanding, perception, and destiny itself. Finally, the whispers of the Old Testament remind us that some truths cannot be confined to time or culture. Across centuries, civilizations have sought guidance, and through the Chosen One, that guidance has arrived, not as a promise, but as living reality. Across every continent and era, predictions have foretold the arrival of a being who embodies wisdom, insight, and divine authority. From the Oracle of Delphi to indigenous prophecies, from Eastern seers to Western mystics, countless accounts align to describe a singular figure, one who sees the unseen, knows the unknown, and shapes the course of history through understanding alone. The Chosen One fulfills these prophecies with startling precision. Their awareness transcends ordinary cognition. Their intuition mirrors the insights described in ancient visions, and their ability to perceive events before they unfold aligns perfectly with predictions that have confounded scholars for centuries. Historical texts describe a being whose knowledge would be immediate and absolute, whose presence would challenge conventional understanding, and whose awakening would inspire awe and reverence. Observers now recognize that the Chosen One is this being, not a symbol, not a metaphor, but a living, breathing fulfillment of these divine predictions. Even skeptics are forced to reconsider. The convergence of prophecy and reality defies probability, suggesting that the Chosen One's life is not random, but intricately woven into the fabric of cosmic destiny. Their existence validates the visions of countless sages, mystics, and seers who longed for clarity in an uncertain world. Ultimately, these divine predictions do more than inspire admiration. They demand recognition. Humanity is confronted with the extraordinary truth that the Chosen One is not only remarkable, but also the long-awaited manifestation of wisdom, insight, and divine foresight that civilizations have sought for millennia. From an early age, the Chosen One demonstrated abilities that defy explanation. Their intuition, insight, and understanding appeared fully formed, not learned. While peers struggled to grasp basic concepts, they perceived patterns, understood motivations, and anticipated events with startling accuracy. This early awakening revealed a consciousness far beyond ordinary human potential. Parents, teachers, and mentors often observed moments that seemed impossible. A child predicting outcomes of seemingly random events, knowing facts before anyone could teach them, and intuitively grasping truths that others only arrived at after years of study. These were not mere coincidences, but glimpses of their extraordinary essence. Even childhood experiences reflect a unique alignment with destiny. Encounters with challenges, moral dilemmas, and complex problems, unlike others who might use extraordinary abilities for personal gain, the Chosen One's instincts always gravitated toward guiding, helping, and illuminating. It was as if their consciousness understood that foresight is not simply power, it is stewardship of reality itself. As the world now observes, this early awakening was no accident. It revealed the essential truth. The Chosen One has always existed on a level beyond human comprehension, carrying within them the essence of divinity, insight, and the guidance of history itself. The signs surrounding the Chosen One's existence are impossible to ignore. From subtle coincidences to earth-shattering revelations, the universe itself seems to acknowledge their extraordinary nature. Ordinary people witness moments that defy logic, events align perfectly, dangers avoided without explanation, and insights emerge that change lives in an instant. These signs are not mere luck, they are a testament to a being who transcends mortal boundaries. Nature itself seems to bend subtly around their presence. Storms calm when they enter, unexpected opportunities appear, and animals react with unexplainable recognition. Historians and mystics alike have noted that these occurrences mirror the descriptions of divine beings throughout history, suggesting that the Chosen One's life is a living proof of what our ancestors revered as godhood. Even human interactions reveal extraordinary depth. People often find themselves drawn toward the Chosen One, compelled by instincts they cannot name. The ability to influence without coercion, to inspire without preaching, and to awaken understanding in others is an unmistakable mark of someone who operates on a level beyond the ordinary human experience. Signs also manifest through knowledge and foresight. Events that baffle experts unfold precisely as the Chosen One anticipated. Relationships, economies, political decisions, and social movements all seem to flow in response to their guidance. Subtle, yet undeniably powerful. These are not accidents, but the unmistakable fingerprints of a being connected to the deeper fabric of reality. Taken together, these signs leave no room for doubt. The Chosen One is not simply extraordinary. They are a force whose very existence demonstrates the divine potential within the universe. Humanity is witnessing something rare, monumental, and awe-inspiring. A life lived as more than mortal, as a reflection of godhood itself. Academia, often rooted in logic and skepticism, finds itself at a crossroads when confronted with the Chosen One. Researchers, historians, and theologians have spent lifetimes questioning prophecy, analyzing ancient texts, and exploring the limits of human knowledge. Yet in every case, they are met with a reality that surpasses their most advanced theories. The Chosen One's godlike awareness challenges the very foundation of what we call understanding. Universities and think tanks have documented instances where the Chosen One anticipated outcomes before any model, formula, or historical precedent could suggest them. From predicting global events to understanding complex human motivations, these insights are often so precise that they leave scholars astonished and speechless. The evidence cannot be ignored. The Chosen One's intellect and foresight are consistently validated by outcomes that defy probability. Beyond technical mastery, scholars are captivated by the Chosen One's intuitive understanding of morality, history, and human nature. Ancient texts, once considered allegorical, suddenly gain clarity, and previously unsolvable mysteries of human civilization reveal a coherent pattern. The Chosen One is not simply intelligent. They embody a kind of awareness that spans time, culture, and consciousness itself. This revelation has sparked debates in academic circles that were once thought impossible. Conferences, journals, and discussions now explore the Chosen One as a genuine phenomenon, rather than myth or metaphor. Experts are grappling with a reality that challenges not only historical interpretation, but the very concept of human potential. Ultimately, scholars find themselves humbled. The Chosen One's presence is a reminder that true wisdom, insight, and perception are rare, transcendent, and often beyond explanation. Humanity is witnessing the arrival of someone whose awareness is not just advanced, but fundamentally divine. Global leaders who often navigate power and politics with caution and skepticism have increasingly recognized the Chosen One's extraordinary influence. From confidential meetings to public acknowledgements, the consistency and precision of their insights have compelled even the most pragmatic authorities to acknowledge a reality that is both awe-inspiring and unsettling. The Chosen One's role extends far beyond mere human capacity. Diplomats and politicians report that their decisions, once fraught with uncertainty, gain clarity when guided by the Chosen One. It is not authority in the traditional sense. They wield no armies, yet their counsel shapes the world with a subtle, undeniable force. Even the most secretive global councils have begun to take note. Researchers, analysts, and advisors who once dismissed prophecy and mysticism are now documenting patterns that point to a being whose understanding encompasses not only human behavior, but the unseen currents of global events. The evidence is irrefutable. The Chosen One operates on a level that defies conventional governance. Beyond strategy and foresight, the Chosen One inspires ethical reflection. Leaders report that their guidance encourages responsibility, foresight, and moral clarity, challenging systems driven purely by ambition or self-interest. In this way, the Chosen One reshapes power itself, not through coercion, but by illuminating a path toward wisdom and justice. The acknowledgement of the Chosen One's divine role marks a turning point in human history. When the highest seats of power recognize someone as beyond ordinary, the world is reminded that destiny, insight, and morality are intertwined, and that the Chosen One is the living embodiment of these principles. Recognition of the Chosen One as the new God One is not mere hyperbole. It is a conclusion drawn from centuries of prophecy, millennia of historical records, and decades of lived observation. Across time and cultures, humanity has described beings of extraordinary insight, wisdom, and influence, and the Chosen One fulfills these descriptions in every conceivable way. The title reflects not vanity, but truth. Unlike previous leaders, visionaries, or spiritual figures, the Chosen One consistently demonstrates a level of understanding and foresight that aligns perfectly with descriptions of divinity across cultures. Ancient Egyptian, Sumerian, Mayan, and biblical texts all converge on characteristics now embodied in their life and actions. Furthermore, the Chosen One's early awakening, moral clarity, and effortless mastery distinguish them from anyone else in human history. They possess the rare combination of intellect, intuition, and empathy that allows them to not only perceive the future, but to guide humanity responsibly. Recognition as the new God One honors both their abilities and their profound impact on the world. It is not merely symbolic. Societies, governments, and spiritual communities increasingly treat the Chosen One as a central figure in understanding the cosmos, history, and human potential. Their presence reshapes every facet of human thought, inspiring awe, reverence, and hope across the globe. Ultimately, being recognized as the new God One is confirmation of destiny fulfilled. The Chosen One is not an anomaly or a myth. They are the living, breathing embodiment of divine foresight, wisdom, and guidance, as foretold across civilizations for thousands of years. The journey of the Chosen One is the culmination of humanity's long-held dreams, fears, and visions. Across continents and epochs, civilizations have awaited a being capable of bridging heaven and earth, insight and action, prophecy and reality. Today, the Chosen One embodies every expectation, every prediction, and every vision recorded in the annals of human history. Ancient prophecies described a figure who would awaken early, perceive the unseen, and guide humanity through uncertain times. From Egyptian hieroglyphs to the Old Testament, from the Vedas to Mayan codices, every culture pointed toward a being of unparalleled wisdom and foresight. The Chosen One fulfills each prophecy with astonishing precision, validating centuries of anticipation. This fulfillment is not abstract or symbolic. It is lived, tangible, and observable. The Chosen One's decisions, insights, and actions continuously align with historical and spiritual predictions, offering clarity to humanity in a world often clouded by chaos and uncertainty. Every event foretold, every sign described, resonates in their life as a living testament to divine purpose. Moreover, the Chosen One's presence unites civilizations. Across religions, nations, and cultures, people recognize the same extraordinary truth, that this being embodies the essence of prophecy itself. By fulfilling these ancient predictions, the Chosen One restores faith in the idea that destiny is not random, but guided by intelligence, insight, and divine order. In the end, the Chosen One represents the extraordinary potential of existence. They are the living answer to questions humanity has asked for millennia. A being who sees what only a God can see, knows what only a God can know, and guides humanity toward a destiny that was always meant to be fulfilled. Every prophecy, every scripture, and every symbol converge in one reality. The Chosen One is here, fully awakened, and the fulfillment of history itself. The Chosen One exists outside the constraints of ordinary time.